One conversation, one moment can completely change your life. This is Brian Cain with the Mental Performance Daily Podcast, and today we wrap up a little mini seminar with three-time Major League Baseball All-Star Matt Carpenter. Today, he goes back to his junior year of college at TCU in a critical moment in conversation that was had between him and his head coach, Jim Schlossnagle. It was a conversation out of love. It was a conversation out of accountability. And Matt will admittedly say he was underperforming and he wasn't quite as committed to what he needed to do to be elite off the field as he was when he was between the lines and on the field. And one conversation completely changed the trajectory of his life and of his career. So for you, as a coach, as a leader, understand that your athletes, the people who you're leading, your members of your organization, they're starving for three things. I call them the three traits of greatness: clarity, accountability, and support. It's what Coach Schlossnagle did for Matt Carpenter. It's what he's done his whole career at TCU, at Texas A&M, last year leading the Aggies to the College World Series and an SEC West championship in his first year. He helps his players identify clearly what do they need to do. He holds them accountable and provides support. It's what great leaders do. It's what you want to do as a parent, as an executive, as a coach. It's what you want to do as an athlete for yourself. Create clarity, accountability, and support, and realize that moments can change everything. For me, that moment had happened when I picked up Heads Up Baseball on July 4th, 2000. It happened in Phillips General Store in August of 1993 when John Allen, my high school football coach, said, "Hey, you should come out and play. Why are you not playing football?" Changed my life. It happened in March of 2006 when I heard Dr. Rob Gilbert speak at a student athlete leadership conference in Vermont. For Matt Carpenter, it was a conversation his junior year of college. What moments can you create today for yourself and for the people who you lead? Let's join Matt Carpenter with the power of moments.
Your life can change in a moment. Your life can change in an instant. That instant might be, for me, it was July 4th, 2000 when I came across the book Heads Up Baseball. For some of the people on our call here, it might be the moment they decided to go start their own business. It might be the moment they chose to go on the path of coaching. So I think there's these moments that happen, in our lives that set the trajectory and the path for where we're going. And every time we get on one of these group coaching calls, it's my goal, that every coach who's on here, that this opportunity, this moment can happen on this call. And for you, that moment was a conversation with Coach Schlossnagle. Would you kind of take us back to that conversation and maybe your career up to that point, and then what happened when you came walking out of that office?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that was a conversation that definitely changed the course of really my entire life, certainly my athletic career. But, just to kind of give a background, I mean, my personality, the kind of person I was, the kind of player I was, when I stepped on the field at TCU, when I was at, practice or, in a game, yeah, always gave it a full effort, was always competing, at the top of, what you would expect a competitor to be. Did all those things great, but as a college athlete, the thing that I had not done a great job of is taking that to every area of my life. I was the kind of, my mentality as a younger player was, if I give it my all while I'm on the field, the rest will take care of itself. And so I was really lacking in a lot of areas. So, nutrition and, the weight room, my classwork, I was really kind of dropping the ball in those areas. And, I'm heading into my junior year at TCU, and I had severely underperformed as a player to this point, both as a player and as a college student athlete. As a college student athlete, I had severely underperformed. It wasn't the player that I thought that I was going to be, or that Coach Schlossnagle and his staff thought I was going to be. And I ended up getting hurt my junior year. The fall of my junior year, I ended up having Tommy John. And at this point in my career, I was probably close to 240 pounds. Just kind of a soft, bad body. Just not really. You would never look at me and think, okay, this is a peak, performance athlete. This is I looked more like, just kind of like a college kid who just let himself kind of get out of shape. And anyway, to make a long story short, I had this injury. Coach Schlossnagle calls me in his office and we sit down and he just kind of laid it out for me. You're about to go through, this rehab process. You're about to go through all this stuff. You have an opportunity to make a drastic change in your life. And if you can take the same mentality that you have when the game is being played, your toughness when the game is going on, your grit when the game is going on, how hard you work when the game is going on, and apply that to every area of your life. The rehab process, my health, my nutrition, the weight room, the classroom, all those things. If you can take that same mindset into every area, let's see where this thing goes. And it was and I'm giving you a nice version of that. I mean, there was a tough conversation. I mean, it was a real hard thing to hear your coach kind of lay it out there, tell you all the things that you to this point, where we expected me to be and where I was, and then, what I needed to do to get there. So, man, I left his office that day a different person. I literally started the very next day, and was on my journey to, being the player that I am today, and the guy that, I would consider is committed to excellence in every area of my life, both on and off the field. And, I owe him a lot for that conversation.
Thanks for checking out Mental Performance Daily with Brian Cain, an Ironclad original. If you like the show, be sure to leave us a rating, review, and comments. We'll see you tomorrow.
Looking for details and information about our next Mental Performance Mastery Coaches Certification course? Just head over to briancain.com/certification to get on our insiders list so that you can be in the know and find out when we go open so that you can join some of the top income generating and influence and impact having coaches in the country with our MPM Coaches Certification.